Welcome back to another episode of Reality with Will and Njobvu. Of course, we'll be spilling all the latest gossip from the world of reality TV. Now, on today's show, I have got several guests. A little later on, we're going to be getting all the Casa and more gossip from Jack and Sam. But first, I've got two fabulous guests in the studio, Amber Beckford and Lewys Ball, everybody! You're both looking fabulous. You two are just like the Love Island experts that I need in my life right now because so much is going on. Both looking amazing. Amber, you've obviously left the villa recently. You're back on the UK soil. How does it feel?
No, it does feel good, not gonna lie. I love London. Good to be back. But fucking Adam, they threw Adam in. I was like, do you know what? Can't you throw me in for the last week?
You want to go back in?
I don't know, actually. I say that, I get that. I'm like, let me out of this shit now.
Wow. But you know what? Like, Lewys, I'm sure you can agree with like Amber's position in the villa with Dami and everything was very, very interesting. Obviously, it was different this year, wasn't it? In a sense where, you know, the public had to choose who was coupled up together.
Yeah, I'm actually not... There's so much public voting this year. I don't understand, like...
I think it's all right. It's not a bad thing. I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it so like no one can say the show did it. It's like the public did it. That's you lot's business.
I do get it, but the whole point is that it's not supposed to be to the public. It's supposed to be about the recouplings. That's the whole like sort of aspect of Love Island. But now it just seems everyone's getting voted out on a vote. And
literally, yeah.
The great British public we have seen. Wait, sorry, can I swear on this or not? Are shit at public votes. We've seen it on X Factor in general elections. They can't decide. You went home just as I felt like you were like defrosting and warming up, ready to like give us some content.
You were really defrosting.
No, I was. I came out and Mum was like, I didn't see you for the past week. And I was like, what is it? But no, I feel like it is mad because I feel like I definitely, if it was down to the Islanders, I definitely don't think I would be sat here now. But obviously it was down to the public, so I am sat here. But no, I was shocked. But then when sort of they said sort of it was between Ekin-Su and Tasha, I was like, right, read the room, like, go pack your bags. Like I knew, I kind of knew instantly.
Yeah.
But I think like the whole everyone in there and sort of and me was like shocked. Sort of one, it was the public. So we thought it was going to be the public, and then sort of the Islanders decide. But I guess it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I definitely feel like I did have some more to do, in the show, for sure.
But let's talk about you and Dami, because I feel like that relationship or situationship, coupling was very, very interesting in a sense where I feel like in the beginning I was very much looking for affection, but you know, where art thou? I was struggling to find it. How did you feel in that scenario?
Well, no, at first, like I was attracted to him. Like I said, when like we spoke about like who would you have stepped forward for? I definitely would have stepped forward for Dami, but I do think like for me, I went in there sort of thinking like this is going to work on the outside and the inside. I'm not just in here just for sort of the show and this and the other. I'm thinking like, I'm trying to find a boyfriend for the actual outside. So then obviously once I got sort of speaking to him and like he did say a few things which they didn't show, which I was like, right.
What did he say?
Just like there was just loads of things that happened. Like even one, obviously I've already mentioned before, the girl best friend thing. Like him having like literally like 3-4 girl best friends that is done bits, more than done bits with, had sleepovers with, and even just in some instances the way he spoke to me. Obviously, like I'm not gonna come. Like I think he is a really nice guy, but also I have to be true to myself. So I said to him in there, I was like, if you was on the outside by now, you would have been gone. You would have been gone. Like I need queen treatment. And I think they didn't. They kind of just obviously showed him and like all like sort of his best bits rather than because it kind of looked like I was pissed off with him, annoyed with him out of nowhere. When really there was like instances where we had conversations when like they just wasn't nice conversations.
And what were those conversations? What were the main things that annoyed you about him?
Like I said, just the way he spoke to me, just little things that I picked up on and thought, right, oh, sorry, I've dealt with enough fuckboys. This screaming fuckboy energy to me. No, but do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to dodge bullets. Like, I'm not trying to put myself in a situation where I think, like, it might possibly go. But anyways, I told him that how I was feeling and even just the thought of, like, even just little things he would pick up and sort of when he would mention, like, sort of the cameras and stuff like that. Like I said all these things to him, sort of saying like, this is why I'm sort of hesitant to be open and affectionate to you. And he sort of reassured me and I was like, do you know what? Because in there, it's such a unique environment. You do think like, I'm overthinking, like, am I just being a bit dramatic? So then I was like, hey, Amber, like, you need to chill. Like, you're just thinking way too far ahead. Just go with the moment. You do find him funny. Like, he's attractive. Stop thinking about like, like on the outside. I think just right now you're enjoying his company. Start open up to him, and like even like in bed we had like a few conversations. Even like sort of the whole after me and Ekin had that thing. Like I felt like he was really supportive of me, and obviously I can be very vocal sometimes. I do feel like I'm always the one like sort of for the group speaking and things like that. And for me, I feel like where I am an independent woman, I like want a partner to like speak for, like to back me up. I don't want to feel like I've always got to be the one sort of saying how it is. And I felt like he really did support me in like certain situations, and we started to open up like in bed more so, like just talking.
Not opening another
Not
way.
opening in any other way at all.
Okay, yeah.
But no, and then like sort of, so I sort of felt like, do you know what? I have enjoyed some of the times that we've had together. Kissed, like been more affectionate and kissed him and stuff. And then I was like, wait, I feel like he's pulling back a bit now. Like, hold up a minute.
But what changed at that moment? Like, was he talking to other people? Because I'm trying to figure out when was the.
We're all trying to figure out.
Look, when was the moment? Okay, one thing that I've learned about Dami in this show is that he just loves women.
Yeah,
It's what
for
it is.
sure,
He just
he
loves
does.
women. But I'm trying to figure out when was the point, because obviously you were friends with Indiyah.
Yeah.
When was the point when, you know, Dami Indiyah started to somehow, you know, come together? Because even when I spoke to Akana, he was like, I didn't see it coming.
I know.
Did you see it coming?
No, not at all. Like, I feel like even like us four, like me, Ekenna, Dami, and Indiyah were all quite close. And we even like joked about at the beginning, like, oh, how we'd all like swap. And even Dami was like, no, you lot might, but I'm not swapping it. Like, I'm not doing anything. I know, this is what I mean, but everyone thinks I'm like being bitter. Like, they are really cute together, and to be honest, I even spoke to Indiyah. Like, obviously me and her were quite close in there, and like obviously the whole situation with her and Ekenna and sort of her like sort of saying like friends kind of vibe now. I was saying to her like what are you gonna do? The next move, like who do you fancy in here? Who do you want to have a chat with? And I even said to her, I said, like, forget, like, it's Love Island, not Friend Island. Forget I'm even coupled up with Dami. Like, what's the vibe? Like, I know you find him attractive, but do you think it'll be anything more? And she was like, no, I think we're just good friends. Blah blah blah. Had another conversation with him, said nothing, and they've already had this chat. Like, obviously I didn't know that. And I sort of was none the wiser. But obviously I get emotion. You like can change your emotions.
I know, but when you left the villa and obviously you had those convos and you watched on TV and you saw them getting together, did you feel a bit betrayed?
I mean, betrayed isn't the word, because like I said, it's Love Island. What are they meant to do? Stay single? No. But the fact that they were having conversations beforehand, before like we had even left, I was just like, hold up a minute. Like, me and Ekenna watched it, and we were like, wait, those outfits, like, I swear we were in there when this was happening. Like, I'm so confused. And like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I said, the red sort of flags and things like that, I was still just getting to know Dami. I sort of made that very clear. Like, all my energy's on you. I'm not sort of trying to chat with anyone else in here. I'm just trying to get to know you and get to know like the true us, if this is gonna work or if it's not. So it wasn't like, oh, I've told him I love him and all of this.
Yeah.
But I
still
definitely
expect
was
a certain amount of, you know.
Exactly. And I think the thing is, on the outside, if that had happened on the outside, I would have like kicked off big time, because if that was like someone I'm dating and then like they've tried to move to my friend, I'd be like, the fuck?
And do you feel like with you he was being quite dishonest in that way then?
Well, I know he said, oh, he's going to tell me the next day, like, babes, you had enough time to tell me, for sure. I know everyone's like, oh, she's just being bitter, whatever, but he 110% had enough time to tell me, all running around to everyone else to talk about. Even like, I was quite shocked with that conversation that when I walked over to sort of Ekin-Su, Jay and Dami, when I watched that back, obviously I didn't fucking know what they were speaking about, but I was shocked, like, shit, they actually was like moving a bit shifty beforehand, and I'm walking over like, oh, what's going on, like, all normal. So I was like, shit, like, I just felt like, I don't know, because I feel like even like quite a lot of the other girls, I don't think they knew that sort of he was thinking sort of along those lines.
All right.
Back then days.
Lewis, what is your take? What do you think about all of this?
I find that so interesting, because I think the way that they edited it to us is I could see Dami and Indiyah coming from like 5 days before it happened.
Really?
Watching it, I was like, Dami and Indiyah are 100% going to get together. But
even when Ekenna and Amber were in the villa?
Yeah, like 3 days before it happened. And I was seeing tweets about it as well. I feel like people... Sorry, my phone's on loud. I feel like people knew it was coming. But but no one in the villa knew that it was coming.
No one in the villa knew it was coming at all, because obviously Danica had come in, and I was even like, oh, was Danica your type? Like, thinking that might have been a thing. Obviously, Afia came in as well beforehand, and she had, I don't think that actually got shown, but she sort of said, like, guys that she would, like, talk to one was Dami, and, like, they had a conversation, and me and her had a chat, and, like, he was just like, no, and, like, they just... It just wasn't a thing. So it wasn't, and he was like, no, I sort of want to get to know you. So even then was, obviously he said, oh, my top 3 was me, Paige and Indiyah. Like, but there was sort of no inkling at all, like.
Now that you, wait, because I didn't know that Paige was in Dami's top 3.
Yeah.
Is that what you should, and then you were saying that he has all these girl best friends on the outside.
But do you think there's some snakiness that's gone on here? When you think about it, imagine, like a group of friends, 4 people, there's 2 couples here, and there's been some swapping going on. Like, what do you think about that?
I get it. I get both sides, because I do get that. It's like, he was hardly going to come up as you were, like, folding up your clothes to go home. By the way, babe.
No, exactly.
Just before you go, I just wanted to let you know, I am going to stick it on your bestie. I hope the Jet 2 flight goes well. Like, honestly, get a vodka lemonade on me. I'll invoice it when I'm back. Like, but I also do feel like they definitely knew prior to you 2 leaving.
Yes,
so they
for
could have,
sure.
like, at least hinted it or dropped it or, like...
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the current situation now. Obviously, we saw the way Dami was moving in Casa Amor.
Yeah.
You know, is what it is. And now Dami and Indiyah seem to be coming back together. Obviously, Deji and Indiyah were kind of getting together.
Yeah.
I was personally rooting for them because I feel like Deji was actually going to take Indiyah seriously. Not that I'm saying Dami's not. I'm just saying, you know, judging from his behaviour in Casa Amor, it is what it is. Now, movie night hasn't happened, so I don't think Indiyah's really seen to the full extent of how...
She has no idea.
She has no idea. Like, look, from when you saw that, how did that make you feel? Do you feel like India's right for going back with Dami at this stage, even more, like, from how he was behaving in Casa Amor?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she hasn't seen the full sort of full story, so I think that's obviously played a big part into it. So I don't know how, I genuinely don't know how she's going to react with that. I don't know. She's just going to be like, oh, like, well, it's happened now, or she's going to be
when
like...
Casa Amor does happen, they are still all single. And Indiyah did make the point, she does date people on the outside.
Yeah.
But Indiyah went about it the right way, speaking to someone, bringing him back, not kissing him yet, wanting to compare the 2.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the boys were just going on like it was a full-on, like, orgy. Like, they were, like, not holding back. Like, you can do it in a respectful way, which is what I think, like, Indiyah and Tasha did.
They definitely done it in a respectful way, the girls did.
Yeah.
And I think Indiyah is sort of thinking that Dami was sort of doing it. I know she knows that he kissed her, but she doesn't know that he was kissing, like, what was it, China as well, and the 3-way kisses. And, like,
and that wasn't even in a challenge, that was fun.
That was just fun. There was like shits and giggles before bed. Like, it was like, oh, what else can I do to piss her off?
Literally, yeah.
They're not going to know.
But like when you saw the way he was behaving in there, like 3-way kiss, everything, were you surprised?
No,
Obviously, you weren't surprised.
No, I wasn't surprised. No, I wasn't. Like, I actually wasn't. Because even like I said, like, so see when I said I sort of noticed a few things, like even he was like, so you know, Luca went and sort of slept in a different bed. He was saying like, I wouldn't sleep in another bed if it was me and stuff. I was thinking, I would want my man, like, if we was really seeing him, like, in together and a random girl's picked him, I would want you to fucking go and sleep outside and do all this, and just little things and be like, oh, I wouldn't, like, it's not that deep, there's all of this, and I was just thinking like, it's just, I see that it's not giving gentleman vibes to me, like...
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I wasn't shocked. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't shocked.
Okay, and your friendship with Indiyah, how's that gonna be? You're gonna talk to her as normal?
The thing is,
have the conversation when she leaves?
The thing is, I mean, I don't think I'll even have a conversation about it. It's a show at the end of the day. What they're meant to do, stay single. No.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Everyone, like, I think thinks that I'm, like, pissed off with Indiyah or whatever. I'm not. Like, one, I'm not trying to bring another black woman down. I'm really not. Like, not even getting all, like, deep, but I'm not. And the thing is, we had a really good, like, relationship. Obviously, yes, if it was on the outside and it was my friend, I'd be like, bitch, I don't know who you are. But like, I would, like, if it's but the thing is, I didn't know her that long. Like, yes, we, like, in there, like, one day with each other is, especially the girls, because they do keep you separate a little bit, the boys and the girls. So that's why the girls and the boys do sort of build such good friendships. But, I mean, I still love Indiyah. I'm not even going to, like, I'm not being funny, like, I wasn't going to marry the guy, I wasn't going to marry, do you know what I mean? So, like, 4-year relationship and he's moved to my friend.
Yeah.
So I still love her. I mean, I don't know, because I would love to sort of like hear what they were thinking, because obviously you don't like sort of hear the conversations that were sort of said about me and Ikenna leaving. But at the end of the day, life goes on. I'm not gonna cry about fucking fuckboy Dami.
I almost feel like...
So we're hold on. So we're calling him. Fuckboy, damn it! You just said it.
Say it.
You just said it. So we're calling him.
Well,
Roll the tapes back.
Come on. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy.
I was like, no. Well, currently he's showing us fuckboy vibes, and everyone like, I feel like.
Lewis is like, yeah.
Yeah. But like, to be honest, they are really cute together. Like, I won't even lie, they are really cute together. But
I know that's the annoying thing. I want to not want them together so
I
bad, but
know.
like every episode, I'm just like,
Look. They do look cute together. Even the moment from the recent episode where they kind of woke up in the middle of the night and ran to each other. Oh, it's adorable, but fine, movie night needs to happen.
yeah.
It's cute, but movie night needs to happen.
I don't think they're gonna do it this year.
They are really.
What are they waiting for?
I think
I'm so confused.
they sent Adam in as like the human version of movie night. Like he might as well come in with like a plasma screen, sellotaped on with ITV
Yeah.
Hub.
Movie night, literally.
But I don't feel like I feel like that was their movie
Really?
night. Just
Especially with
because
Jack's gone.
Jax
like,
is gone, all they've really got to show is like
we already know Adam's been sucking tits.
yeah. And then the only other thing is that conversation Tasha had with Billy when she was like,
Oh, and the Ekin-Su touchy.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. But that was, I feel
wasn't
like
that deep.
that's what I mean. I feel like they kind of portrayed that on TV to be something more than it was
for sure.
probably in real life.
Exactly. But how are you feeling now about Ekin-Su?
Ekin-Su. Do you know what? This is another thing. Like, we did get on really well in there, but at the same time, I was the only one that was going to be honest with her about what everyone was
Which
saying.
is important, yeah.
Obviously, didn't go down as softly as I was sort of expecting it to be. But you know, I was having that conversation. I thought, you're not gonna fucking talk to me like this. Like, I'm trying to be like honest with you. Joe, she's great TV, but to live with someone like it's hard because she is really honest sometimes, but then sometimes you just look at her and think, why the fuck would you do that? Like, because it wasn't like I don't really care how she like that fact that she went to Jay and then back to Dev Day and whatever. I don't care about that, but it was just the fact of like sometimes the way she would relay things. So say like you would tell me something, then I'd be like, oh my god, Will said, blah, 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 and like add all this extra stuff, and you'd be like,
A leaky mouth.
Yeah, like so that was the part that like. Well, I was just like, you're playing a bit of a game because it's not just like the natural stuff of like you speaking to different guys, whatever. You're now doing it
on purpose.
Yeah, and it's about stuff that's like irrelevant to like love. But like, yeah, it was just like unneeded drama. But then again, good TV.
Yeah.
But to live with someone
It's quite hard.
and notice those things, it's hard because when you're trying to be genuine, like, because everyone, like, it's hard because you don't know who's playing the game and then who's not. You do sort of start to overthink it. But it definitely is hard, sort of, when you're trying to be genuine, then you like purposely see people like doing things. You're like, what? Like, stop.
Yeah.
But again, good TV.
Cool. How are you feeling about Ikenna? Obviously, you left with him. Would you say
Yeah.
it's very much at the moment in the friend zone era? Like, how do we feel about that? Could we see anything in the future with you and Ikenna, maybe? But you like, but I feel like you were really thinking about it. Like 25% was like, but you weren't. Yeah. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, for the moment, I think I'm still trying to like get used to sort of being back in London, sort of with my friends and family. I'm not really thinking about dating too much.
Was that all quite intense? Are you quite traumatized after Love Island?
No, to be honest, I feel like it wasn't, because I was just like, just means my gut is always right. Like, I just trust myself. I'm joking. No, I think me and Ikenna for the moment is just a friends thing, but I don't know. I'm definitely a person that always says never say never, but
Oh?
no, but
Never say never.
Can't. You honestly can't. 'Cause then
Yeah.
just be a hypocrite to myself.
Mm-hmm.
But we are just
Okay.
friends.
Lewis' face. He's like, okay.
Yeah, you're like, I don't believe.
But look, I feel like this last week on Love Island has honestly been one of my favorites. You lot know I have loved this season. The return of Adam Collard. Lewis, what are you saying? Because obviously you just said now that he's basically moving like
That's what-
in itself. Like, how did you feel? Like, what were your thoughts when he was announced? In the beginning, I was like, is it necessary? Do we need him back? But then when I saw the impact, he literally came in, boof, and
God.
Jax left.
Not even 24 hours and he had
Yeah.
one victim. Like,
Literally.
But
no.
I am in two minds about it. Originally, I was really excited because he was always one of the most chaotic people to ever, like, he was literally like Hurricane Adam.
Yeah.
But then I saw a tweet being like sending in an old Islanders sort of like breaks the whole like fourth wall because it sort of reminds you that you're on a TV show because you see someone else coming who was on it before. It's like, oh my God, he's that from the TV show I'm on. Like, it sort of like ruins the illusion. But
That's a good point,
No,
actually. Because they're all like, oh, but you were on here before, huh? He was on the show. So, yeah, he does ruin it a bit. I know what you mean.
I felt so embarrassed for him. I'm like, maybe I'm just creating scenarios in my head, but I feel like he walked in expecting people to be like, like throwing panties at him, and they're like, "Why are you on the show before at some point?" Like, someone was like, "From season whatever." Like,
Stop.
I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh my gosh. Amber, how did you feel when you saw it?
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was. But, I don't know. But I definitely think what you just said about sort of them remembering, like, oh shit, this is a TV show. Because I think in there you do forget there's cameras. Like, you do just, like, do whatever
Live
you're
your life
doing.
and stuff, yeah.
But drama is definitely on its way. I mean, it's been here, drama,
but it's brewing
what do you
even
think
more
it's
now.
gonna do? Paige is now.
Well, obviously,
single.
yeah. So we've seen the scenario now. That obviously, Jax is now left the villa. Obviously, Adam's very much making his move on Paige. All I'm saying is, if he doesn't stay with Paige, then that's really peak for Paige because Jax is now gone.
I wasn't understanding it with Jax was like, you stay in the villa, like you do you explore other people. But then he was like, I'll wait for you. I'll be there to pick you up at the airport. I'm like, well, why is she going to stay in the villa then if you're going to wait for her and pick her up from the airport and all this stuff?
I think he just wanted to go.
Yeah.
He was tired of being embarrassed. I mean, when you think about the episode earlier this week where he basically read out like a little poem even saying how much he loves her. Then, they go away on a break and then you come back and then there's this new guy and Paige has already been swayed. So I thought he felt quite embarrassed maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
say what I want to say.
Say it. That's what we're here for. Say it.
We're just going to sip and wait for you to say that.
I do agree that, like, I think he should have left the villa. I think he's definitely done what's right for him.
Yeah.
But he still was a dickhead.
Like, why? Why was he a dickhead?
I just don't like the way that he was like to Billy, to Paige, to like so many people. Like, I just kind of get the vibe, and I don't know. I kind of get the vibe from every like man who played sport as a teenager professionally. They like are in this like bubble where they peaked in like high school, and like they're still in that like mentality. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't his biggest fan, but like at the same time, I feel like he's done what's right for him, and I feel like he's left at the right time for him. I feel like he probably shouldn't have been in there for much longer.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I don't know. I was really hard watching yesterday's episode. It was. I don't know, because he, like, as much as he 100% was a dickhead in the way he spoke to Paige a few times, like, he is, like, a laugh in there. But I do think it gets, like, getting used to him, because at one point you think you're a wind-up, you know he's, like, trying to push the buttons, but when you're in there, you're kind of like, oh, it's just fucking Jax, and you kind of get on with it. But I don't know. I'm sad he left, but again, like, support him in that sort of his.
When you say
decision.
wind up, in what way? Like him trying to push the buttons?
Yeah, like
Is he
he'll
quite,
just
like,
say
bantery,
things like
jokey,
like bantery, jokily. Like he'll just say stuff that he knows will get to you, and like just he doesn't do it to be malicious.
And I can get what you mean when it's like it's funny sometimes, but when you're not in that fucking mood and someone's still doing that wind-up banter, you're like, you need to fucking get out my face right now before one of these sun loungers hit you in the face.
That's why Remi and him didn't get on, because Remi was like, I'm not fucking joking. Yeah. Like this ain't funny.
So what actually happened between him and Remi?
Oh.
Because like what actually happened? Because like everyone has their own encounter. What happened?
Yeah, so I think Remi came in saying sort of like, oh, like I know Davide. Like he's had a conversation with the girls and was like, oh, I know Davide. Like saw him out in Manchester. The night was messy. This, that, and the other. And then a conversation got relayed back to Jax and Luca, I think, sort of by Ekin, and it kind of got relayed in a way of, oh yeah, Remi saw sort of Davide and he said that he looked like a mess and like stuff like that, but it sort of was more sort of directed that sort of like Remi was sort of being rude about Davide.
Hold on, who relayed that? Ekin?
Ekin. This is what I mean by one of the things. Exactly.
She's like the Villa Parrot.
Literally.
Literally, but because Jax was the one that told Davide that, and it sort of so that caused drama between Remi and Jax.
And was it a face-to-face confrontation or?
Not Remi and Jax. What am I saying?
Remi
and Davide, but because obviously Davide said that it was Jax that relayed that information, Remi sort of looked at Jax
Check
like,
it,
why are
yeah.
you stirring shit? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? And then obviously when Remi's like just saying things to wind him up, he's thinking like, oh, we don't like you, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember what happened, was at the fire pit, and they just like was like, can we go for a chat? Like all the boys and I was just like, guys, like chill out.
But
I
was
was
it
just like boys, like I'm calling you boys for a reason.
But was it loud? Were they like angry?
It was loud. Like it was more like Remi was loud. Then he got up and was like, "Wah, I'm like pissed off," or something like that. And then like walked up.
Oh,
Everyone was
no.
like, "What the fuck?"
But
is
did
going
it look like
on?
they were about to fight, or?
Well, not fight, but like no security guards come running out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was a bit
SWAT
like
team.
if Jax had have like sort of got up and like sort of gone back at Remi, then I think it could have got quite heated.
Yeah.
But obviously Jax knows he's a wind-up, so he, in his head he's thinking like it's a bit dramatic reaction. But for
Yeah.
Remi, he wasn't used
Used
to
to that,
Jax.
yeah.
But obviously that's why you can't really like people. You don't know what people are like, so you can't sort of joke around too much with everyone because.
Was that on his first night in the villa?
I think it was first or second.
That's
night, maybe
intense.
Yeah.
second night. Yeah, it was a lot.
That's intense.
We were all like, what's going on? Like, all the girls were like, I'm confused, I'm scared. Like, I don't
my
know. We were all like, what the
gosh.
fuck? But that's why sort of I know that sort of Remi said a lot that he doesn't like Jax. But I was like, oh, I wish if they had longer time in there, I think
They
would
would
have
have gotten to know each other more and stuff.
But
yeah.
I think that's why they clashed because I think it's just two completely different personalities.
Wow. And look, I've said on this show several times, I already feel like I know who my winners are on this show.
Yeah,
I feel like this couple from the beginning, from the get-go, they have just been so unproblematic. You know who I'm talking about. I don't even need to say it. Come on, Lewis. Yeah.
Gemma and Luca.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
No,
what do you
actually-
think?
because the Twitter mafia are going to be on my
No,
arse.
what do you know? It's all right. What do you think? What do you think
Drag
about
like
that?
Well,
It's
I
okay.
want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Luca's really genuine with Gemma?
Yeah, I do. Like, I mean, I'm gonna like cry if it's not true.
If
but-
it's not, I'm giving up on love. That's all I'm giving up.
literally. So am
Really?
I. No, honestly, like straight away in there, like it was like even before they were actually coupled up. So I was even sat like next to them when they were having a conversation. I was just like, what's going on back here? Like, it was just normal friendly conversation, but you know when like things
Yeah.
just seeming too easy, too nice, the conversation's just like so flowing. This was before they even were coupled up or anything. And yeah, no, I don't. I think it's genuine. I do. And I think everyone sort of thinks like, oh, Gemma doesn't like him. I think she just, one, has a poker face with her emotions. She
Yeah.
definitely hides her emotions well. But in there, it doesn't come across as like, okay, you can tell he really likes her. I won't lie. You can tell he really likes her, but in there, you know that Gemma likes him too. But it just doesn't come across on camera. Sort of
Yeah.
the bits that they're showing, it doesn't look as if she's liking him back, but she does. I
You see,
think.
but in a weird way, to me, I think Gemma's more genuine than Luca, and like Luca
okay,
more
yeah.
than the other way around because Luca's so over the top with it.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm like on the out, like I see myself in Gemma, like I'm very much like that in a relationship. Like
Mm.
I'm not like, oh my god, I love you so much, I love you. Like I'm very much
Yeah.
like.
I wonder.
If you need to know, you know. But like, I'm not, you're not getting
Yeah.
any over the top praise from me.
But
Like,
I think
Yeah.
maybe that's like where like the environment is. He knows that sort of anyone else to walk in, out of everyone else to walk in, he wouldn't want to go anywhere else other than be with Gemma. So I don't. Maybe that's why it's like more intense. That he's
Yeah.
like thinking like I wouldn't want to be in here with anyone else
Yeah.
kind of vibe. But I get what you mean. He definitely needs to. Like obviously it's not him, so like if that's not him, he shouldn't do it. But
But if you like her, you like her. I think the
yeah.
way,
Yeah.
no, but I think the way he was behaving in Casa and
Sorry.
Wall was great. You know, he made
Yeah.
it clear that he was
I
bowling
loved
for
it
her.
that he went and slept
Yeah,
on the day.
good on him, man.
He's
He's in love. Good on him.
I tweeted this and the Twitter mafia were on me, but
did you
I
say?
agreed with Dami, with the Dami and Luca argument.
Okay.
There's a
Purely
fuckboy next to me, people.
No, but
Another one.
why?
Purely because I get where Dami was coming from when Luca was like almost like not egging them on to cheat, but like being like, oh, why don't you just like sleep in the same bed as her tonight when he was the only one sleeping outside? I was like, why are you so eager for everyone else to sleep in beds with other girls, but you're the
So
one?
do you think that made him come across as a game player?
That's when I started to be like, oh, how genuine is he with Gemma? And I was getting like traumatic flashbacks to Jake and Liberty from last year.
Yeah.
Do you think we could get that from him before the end of the
I
series?
don't think so, because I don't think he's as much as a game player as Jake. But like I was just seeing like little things which like sort of related, but like nowhere near as bad.
Yeah, but
I
what?
do-
But
sorry.
hold on. But when I said that, I obviously think that you know Gemma and Luca could win. Lewis, you were like, not sure.
Oh no, I think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
100%. They're just not my winners.
Oh.
No, I love Gemma.
Who were your winners?
I don't have a winners right now.
Fine.
You
And
said
no,
fuck them
no,
all.
no, but that's all right because we're basically halfway through. That's all
I
right.
don't like a single one of the boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Other than Davide, But again, I don't know how serious Davide and like how genuine Davide and Ekin are.
I think they're just. Okay, look, I personally think Davide and Ekin-Su on the show are great together, but I do not think that they will last on the outside.
Oh my God,
world.
100%.
I think that they're just, like, they're really both big characters. They're like this together. And I feel like that won't work in real life. For TV, yes. You know,
Yeah.
for lust, yes. But for a relationship, I'm not sure, Lewis.
Maybe I'm looking at the show in too much of a calculated way, but I just like... Ekin was like all over the place, and then all of a sudden she was just like, no, I'm not anymore, I'm just sticking with Davide. And it was such like a stark change, like really quick.
Hold on, but when Adam came in, she was going for walkies with him. I think she still loves flirting with guys.
Yeah.
It's just that no one's come in that is of Davide standard. And Davide standard is high.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like those Casa and Moore boys, you know, respectfully, they're beautiful, but they can't compare to Davide standards.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like as well, as much as they're both big personalities, like when they just both go in the gym together,
Yeah.
they make breakfast together, they're like quiet, like
Yeah.
just that little like mum and dad of the group kind of vibes. So I feel like as much as they are big characters, when they are just chilled together, I feel like they actually genuinely do really enjoy that like quiet time with each other as well, not just like the drama.
Yeah. And Tasha and Andrew.
I love Tasha.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, it looks like your favourite couple almost.
One of my favorites, just because she's the only one still keeping this alive. Like the way that she's bouncing still back from Andrew and Billy, despite being like, "I want to be serious with you, Andrew." I'm like, thank God that the City Girls God has like given us one girl who's still in there like repping for us, because all the other girls seem like wifed off with 3 kids on the way in a Range Rover. Like, whereas Tasha's still rooting for the like, maybe the grass is greener on the other side to go.
Oh, but I don't know if I don't like that about her though, because there was one point where she was like to Ekin, you know when you're in love? It's like, babe, we know you're not. We know. Do you know what I mean? Respectfully, I can see that she wants to take Andrew seriously, but she's not in love. But then there was another point where she was like, oh, you know, I want to see, keep my options open. I just feel like I don't know what I'm getting with her at the moment and like where this relationship is going to go.
I genuinely think those Casa girls going in and saying all this stuff has fucked with her head so
what the
much.
fuck? I'm
Because now she's
sorry.
probably terrified to leave Andrew in case everyone's going to say the same things again. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously, I'm assuming when you're in there, you have no idea about what people are thinking. So if she's gone for like all these weeks and then the first thing she's heard from the outside are these random girls who have come in and said she's been a dickhead, she's now going to like second guess every single move she makes.
I don't like that happened in Casa.
No,
so like,
me
I think didn't that
neither.
happen was it to Jax as well?
Yeah.
Where I think the girls were like to Jax, oh, you know, Paige, you know, and she's no good. Like, how would that feel? Because you know what it's like to be inside there. Like, if people came in and say, oh, you know, Dami, you look like a fool on TV, would that make you just change the way you...
It wouldn't make you change, but you're already overthinking
Yeah.
already in there, and then you have to just like sort of be like simmer down, like, right, you're a sane person, like it's okay. And then like if someone did say like, because you don't know anything, you have no perception of what people think or anything, which is good. But then stuff like that, you're gonna take it and run with it because you're like, this is the first little bit of information you have from the outside world. In there, you do really just get into like a little bubble. You're just like, well, this is how I feel. And that's why when everyone sort of says like they think Tasha's playing a game because she's jumping from boy to boy, but I say if anything, that's her being more real and actually just going with how she feels rather than what's easy and simple and cute couple.
Awesome. Some breaking Love Island news that Millie and Liam have split up.
Oh, yeah, I saw this on the ground.
How do you guys
earlier.
feel about
what?
that?
Like
yeah?
today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that?
Maybe it's like staged. Like what coincidence just to now. Sorry, maybe they might be going for a hard
But
time.
in Millie, sorry, obviously just very separate. In Millie and Liam's season, I felt like they were quite problematic as well.
But didn't the Casa,
to a degree.
wasn't there some Casa
Yeah, there was. But I mean, I think they came out quite very much on top.
A leopard never changes his spots.
Oh!
Yes!
And also, I just think that the age dynamic, like he was like 21 and she was like 26, and obviously girls are
really?
already so emotionally more mature than boys.
I
don't
wonder
know.
what happened.
And that is really sad because
It is.
they were cute and obviously they were.
Why are you sipping your drink like that?
I'm not involved.
Tell us what you're thinking.
Listen, no, I don't know. I mean, I thought they were unproblematic. When I looked at their Instagrams and their TikToks, they just seemed really, really
But
happy.
everyone looks like that from like.
But you know what? I've always said this to like Islanders. Like I've been interviewing Islanders for years. They get in relationships. Like so many people say to me, and have said over the years, they feel the pressure when they are in those relationships. When they leave the villa, they feel like they have to keep it up. I'm not saying that Millie and Liam did. I'm just saying that must have just been a lot for them. Maybe it was just too much.
Also, I've spoken to so many of them who are like, in there, it's just you and your partner and all
Yeah.
that, and you don't have the issues like you. And it's for like 6, 7, 8 weeks of that. And it's so intense and so perfect that as soon as you come out, and then there's the addition of girls DMing, nights out, going on lads' holidays. Like,
But Liam doesn't seem like that type of guy. Liam seems very like, I'm at home
I don't really
watching
see
the
his
rugby.
Instagram.
I don't follow him, so
Yeah, I don't know.
last thing I saw of him was him taking home that 25k check last summer.
But you know what? I can see completely why as well. Like couples do stay together because it's like I said, it's such a unique experience. One, when you come out, you're like, I don't fucking know what's real and what's not, because obviously when you're in the reality of what's in there and what's been shown, yes, they can't show it all in fucking an hour, can they?
Yeah.
But like just the whole experience in itself, like only you and that person, and obviously everyone else in the house knows what it feels like. So almost that like bond, that whole bonding experience really does like make you feel like you both know like what's going on. Like I don't know. But that's kind of sad that they're not together, but at the same time.
It is sad. But sorry, as I was staring at you now, I was just thinking, what's the convo of you and Dami going to be like when you both meet up again? Like, what's that? What are you gonna, have you got questions for him?
Being like, I can't even imagine him. I don't know. I think I can just imagine him like being like jokey and like, and I was like, like honestly, I think he's a nice. Like, I do definitely think he's a nice guy. Like, even like the other day, I think I saw that his family or friends, whoever's running, his girl best friends that are running his account. That's what he told me. They like removed his comment section. Sorry, I keep going on with that. They removed his like comment like stuff, and I was like, oh, that's really sad. Like, it is like sad to see like people getting hate and stuff like that. Like, I've been dragged too. Like, no, but it is like really sad. So like honestly, like as much as it's a show, I think it's not nice when people get too personal about it. But I haven't really had much to say about him. I already sort of had a gut feeling about him. Thought, you know what, let me give him a try, and he proved me right kind of thing. So I don't think he's like a nasty guy. I think he's just a typical
boy,
literally.
straight man.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, you know, every single week on this show, I play a game with the guests. What's your biggest ick in relationships? Now, I've got a few here, and I want you guys to just respond.
Okay.
Cool. If your potential bae texts into radio stations for a shout out, is that an ick? Yes or no?
That's my sense of humor, though. Like, if they did that, I feel like that is so funny. If they were doing it in a serious way, like, for example,
it could be like, yeah, we're raving in the kitchen tonight. Like,
shout out, moving out of university and driving back. I love you.
Oh my god, no, I can't deal with
or
that.
like,
really? Why is that an ick for you,
It's
Amber?
not a big egg. Like, if you've done it, I just like would turn the radio off. So I can't but I would just be like, why though? I don't understand. Like, but it was something funny. Like, they've done it for like a funny reason.
Like if, like, I almost text him because I know my boyfriend.
That's why you don't mind it. Because
That's why, because you do it. Oh
Yeah.
dear, Lewis.
I almost texted him
Please.
because I knew my boyfriend listens to it at work and he works in an office, and I was like, how funny would it be if I texted in at home,
Okay,
being
that is
like,
quite cute,
shout out, like,
actually.
to like all the where he works office, like, hope you're all doing well, like, from, and sign it off from him, so they think
I
that
want a personalised
that's so
message.
funny.
Not trying to do the
But like,
whole office.
if they're but I was gonna sign it off from him, so it sounded like he was the one who texted in.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's
okay,
funny,
that's
that's
smart.
good.
That's smart.
But like, if they're just genuinely like, love the show today, keep up the good work.
Cool.
If it was a funny one, yeah, but if it's like cringe, no, I can't do.
Cool. If your potential bae uses loads of laughing emojis, I'm talking 20, like you could say one thing and they're like, several laughing emojis, and you're like,
These icks are directed at me. The
it
laughing
you?
emoji is my most used emoji.
no, but how many? No, but it depends on how many, Lewis. Because like if someone uses like 15, it's like,
these
all
are
right,
funny.
relax.
Yeah, that is true. But I like to think I've reclaimed the laughing emoji. Like, I didn't use it for so many years because I thought it was
This
cringe.
is all you. This is all directed.
And then I was
at
just
you.
like, why are we not using this? Like, it's so much easier than writing a hat. So I just reclaimed it back. Like, and all my friends have started using it again. So
Wow. Cool. So Amber, you're talking to a guy and you say one thing and he sends you 15 laughing emojis. How are you feeling?
Oh, I
Is
just
that
leave.
it?
I'll probably just leave them red. But for me, I'm a cooler. Then it's like I'm a cooler
Right.
over a text
Oh my
for
goodness.
sure. 'cause
And that's why you
otherwise
leave them
they're
on
like-
red.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I'll just be like, oh, I must be funny. Like,
Oh my gosh.
no, it wouldn't cringe me out, but I would just like chill out.
Yeah.
But then like I want someone to
Like,
be
it's not that
laughing.
funny.
Yeah.
5 max.
I was like half back, though.
Double tap the
No, because
message.
then I'd be like killing. Yeah. I don't know.
Cool.
It's not too bad though. I think it's okay.
Crocs.
What are you wearing? No, I can't. They can't be wearing Crocs. They can't.
So Ken is not for you then?
Exactly. This is the thing.
this is the issue. Which was
Yeah,
why
this
we're
is why it wasn't working, because he was always wearing Crocs. Oh
no,
dear.
Crocs for me, like a guy, like no, my husband can't be wearing Crocs. Wear them in the garden when you're doing some stuff out there. Like,
away,
there's a time and a
outside, away
place.
from us. Yeah.
Yeah, but not. You're trying to be sexy and come in the bedroom and you're wearing Crocs. No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That it's a no from you.
I think it's a no from me as well.
Really?
I just think, like, I get it if they're comfy to wear, like, around the house or to take the bins out. But if you're, like, dressing them up or wearing them on national TV as your first impression, I just
Is everyone standing for a Kenny today? I don't know what's going on.
I just have to
because
put a question mark over it because I'm like, this is the image you want to give out.
Yeah.
Crocs.
The thing is, for me as well, when you look back at pictures in 20 years, this is not timeless.
Also, then in the evening, it kind of had on like some Yeezy sliders or something, and I was like, why aren't you wearing those into the villa? Like, they're nice shoes. Like, you have nice shoes in your wardrobe. Like, but
He did
yeah.
have some nice trainers. Like, he did. So
But he just
Just
didn't
the
wear them.
Crocs.
Cool. The last one, having an Android phone.
I could not, never, absolutely, Sorry, that was so aggressive. The green texts.
Oh, yeah.
Not the green, please. Not the screen being.
The weird
I don't think I've
emojis.
dealt with anyone that has had an Android.
Oh no, can you not notice it on like an Instagram story when the Instagram text
And
has
it's
gone all
blurred.
weird?
Yeah.
And it's blurred and
Oh,
it's just like...
no. Their story is just blurred. I can't
You're not,
see you.
That's what I mean, you're not about
Do
to
you know
post a
what?
selfie of us.
Then I'd kind of like it because then I'd think you're not like tech savvy. But then you know the Android people are always like, yeah, it's better than iPhone. Like,
Yeah, that's what
Actually, my camera is 26 megapixels.
Yeah, they're so culty, aren't they? Yeah, they're really culty.
It's like you've not even said anything. They're already ready
Oh my gosh.
to bend the bone to death.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
And the like you couldn't share a charger.
Oh,
like,
you
if
can't.
I got in your car,
No.
and I got in your car and I was like,
no.
do you have a charger? And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
do you have an Android? It's just like, I'm getting out the car and ordering an Uber.
Literally. Wow. Cool. So very quickly, guys. Who's gonna win?
I would like Luca and Jem to win, but I think Ekin-Su and Davide might win.
Really, I'm the opposite of that. As of right now, I would vote for Ekin-Su and Davide, but I think Luca and Gemma are going to win.
Well, we have got to
Terrorists.
wait and see. Amber and Lewis, thank you so much for joining me on the show. I will be back in a bit with all the Casa Amor drama and gossip. Hey guys, it's me again. Don't forget to subscribe to my brand new show right here on YouTube. That's Reality with Will and Njobvu. Or just hit me up on TikTok. I'm always on there. That handle is @WillNJO. Or hit us up on the gram for all the behind the scenes actions. That's @Reality with Will. We are back with more Casa or more gossip this time, and I've got the men themselves who were in there. They saw if anyone was misbehaving. It is Jack and Samuel, everybody.
How's it going?
What up?
How are we?
Good, great to see you both. Glistening, looking happy, fresh
we're
from the
getting
villa.
come back from the Mallorca tan, you know?
Yeah, I can see the tan. Looking really good. Looking really healthy.
Stop it. Try my best not to get burnt out there. That was the problem.
It must have been like, what was the temperature over there?
It got from like 35 degrees to like 30. It was like up and down.
Every single day.
Yeah. It was
Every
hot.
day. It was hot.
That's a good holiday, though.
And
I'm not
especially
gonna
when you're
lie.
filming and you're sat there for like hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're literally, I was dripping in sweat.
Literally. I think the raunchy race that we filmed took about 3 hours to
Yeah.
film altogether. Like, yeah, it was
What?
hot. Hot.
No way. And
Yeah.
obviously, look, Casa Amor is probably the best plot twist in Love Island. I just love it because that's where, as I said earlier, we see people misbehaving. You know, you guys got to know the girls. How were they? Did you have any favorites?
They're nice. They're very nice. I think, well, probably my favorite would be Paige. She's just like, she's just nice all around.
Yeah.
If you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I feel like you really got to know Paige. You spoke to her,
Yeah.
and you gave her some advice as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Let's remind us of that conversation.
What,
where
the
you spoke to her
conversation?
about Jax.
I was just basically, because I went to the sunbed and because at that point I'd realized that nobody there was like for me. So I was just trying to make friendships and talk to the girls, and I went to the sunbed and I ended up reading Ekin-Su and Gemma first. They asked me to read them and they were shocked at like how accurate I read into them. So they were like, do Paige. And then Paige came over and I started speaking and I was like, this is gonna be a tough one. Because I know I have, it's not like I dislike Jax or anything, but I was just reading him as a person.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her what pretty much everybody wanted to say but didn't say. And I just told her, and she took it quite well, to be fair. I didn't even know she cried, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was like,
But with
Yeah,
everything,
we don't see that, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. With everything that's happened now, obviously Paige and Jax and just like Adam coming in and like Paige being a bit more swayed, do you feel like maybe what you said has an impact on her decision and maybe the way she's behaving now in the villa?
After watching last night's episode, yeah. I feel like it really hit me when I was watching it, and she was like, after everything that happened at Casa, it's like every single word that I said somehow might have got through to her. I don't know why, but I just got a feeling that it actually got through to her, because even when she was like mentioning what she said to Jax, it seemed like she literally critiqued all of his flaws and probably said it to him. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, rah. She's actually listening.
Because I guess before she wouldn't have known, because you guys came from the outside world and you saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things though, like when you really like somebody, you do lose your common sense.
Yeah.
Especially if your emotions are like really high, you lose your common sense, and then sometimes you allow bullshit to happen. And it's like, if you have alarm bells, sometimes you ignore them, especially when you really like someone. So you just should never do that.
So you applaud Paige for the way she's been behaving recently.
Yeah. I was like, yo, this girl put my man in his place.
And you're nodding too.
Huh?
You're nodding too. You look like you agree.
Yeah, oh, for sure. He got it spot on with all the things that he said to her. And yeah, Paige is just such a nice girl. She doesn't have a bad bone in her body, so for her to put up with that stuff, I have fair play to her big time. But obviously, like we saw last night, Jax is going through some things. He obviously wasn't himself in there. So I do feel for him big time, big time.
And obviously, when you went in, I think quite early days, you were talking to Gemma, weren't you?
We did. Me and Gemma had a little
I
chat.
thought that I was kind of rooting for that. I'm like, I can
Yeah.
kind of see this happening. Like, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of like, she just seemed like a bit of a closed book to me. I mean, I don't know. Didn't know.
Really? That's what it felt like. It looked like she was kind of,
Really?
having a convo with you,
I
man.
don't know. I just think her and Luca, she just had her eyes set on getting back to the villa with Luca. And I don't know, though. It seems like her and Billy have something little going on. I did see that in Casa for sure.
Yeah. And who else was it in the villa who you thought, I could see myself? I know Jasmine and you seem to be getting along really
Me and
well.
Jasmine. Yeah, that was good crack. We did our little speed dating when we got done from the island the next day, which was good crack. All the Casa girls were lovely. Like we had a good night out on Sunday together in London, which was great crack.
And what was that night out like? What happened? What was the tea? Where did you lot go?
We went to Wild in Mayfair.
Okay.
Michael went there. We got a table sorted. We went there, had a couple drinks. It was a good time for sure.
Yeah, we got loose.
No kissing?
No. I don't kiss and tell.
So wait, hold on. So with the Casa group, is it strictly friend zone island at the moment, or is anyone trying to pursue anything?
I'm not getting friend zone vibes. I wouldn't say that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So some people are trying to get. Some people are open to getting to know.
Yeah, for sure. We had some making up to do after getting done from the island. So we thought, why not? Let's go have a go.
So what are the Casa scenarios now then? What relationships should we be looking at? Should we be talking about? What are the potential relationships?
I wouldn't say anything just yet. Because
it's early days. It's early days.
Yeah, very much early days. But I do feel like there's connections in places.
But yeah, we've got a little group chat made and stuff like that. We've been keeping each other updated on what we're getting up to the last couple of days. So there'll be some big things coming, I'm sure.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Obviously, with Casa and Morton, those episodes, they were about, each episode's about an hour, but we only see that. You guys were in it for the full 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what couples do you feel like were you weren't seeing couples, but like from the guys and the girls talking, what were the strongest bonds that you were witnessing with your eyes, basically?
Do you know what's crazy? When on the first day, I'm pretty sure all the boys thought that Billy and Paige were gonna be a thing.
Wow.
Because when they were talking, they were like bantering, they were laughing. Like you would look at them and you couldn't see them stopping like laughing. It just kept going, and we.
I thought this is your fault.
My fault.
I blame you.
I didn't do nothing.
I blame you.
At that point, I hadn't even spoken to
Oh,
Paige.
wow.
Literally, I hadn't even spoken to Paige at that point. And they just were laughing. They were always together doing X, Y, Z. And we thought, done deal, game. Billy's going to turn Paige. But then out of nowhere, she just switched like on the second or third day. I was like, we're friends and that's it.
Basically, yeah.
I find that so weird because even when I was watching like Casa, I was like, 1 second certain people are looking like they're about to couple up. Next, like nope. Like what's all that about?
Do you know what? When we first walked in, the girls were a bit standoffish, and I feel like it was because they were maybe not expecting us to be there because they obviously told us that they were told they were going on a night out, and then it was like Casa, so it was still fresh in their minds that there's these new boys, but then they probably they spent the morning with the boys from the main villa, and then the night time with us. Yeah. So when they first met us, they were like, Do you know what I mean? Who are you guys?
First night was definitely a little awkward, like just trying to break down everything.
Wow. Why was it awkward? Like, wow. And the sleeping situation must have been a bit awkward as well.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I think I shared a bed with Tasha on the first night. It wasn't too bad. We had some nice chats. Nothing really happened. I mean, I just wasn't really catching a vibe with her big time.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought she was definitely in my top 3 going in there. And just thought she could. I didn't know how her relationship with Andrew was at that stage, so I thought she could have her head turned. Obviously, she did with Billy, but I just wasn't really catching a vibe with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Deji and India is an interesting one because, I don't know, I saw them and I thought that maybe they were going to kind of, you know, go on till the end. Obviously, at the moment, we can see that they're just no more. But, like, in there, what did it feel like? Did it feel like they were really getting along, or was it like...
Do you know what? When I first went in there, I knew it would be hard to actually fully turn any of the girls. I didn't think any of us. I thought like the only girl who would have been up for grabs was Danica.
Yeah,
for sure.
And because obviously we watched the show before going in there, and you see the connections that these girls had with the other boys, and we had 2-3 days to kind of beat that. And like I knew that obviously certain boys could get in a villa, but in terms of beating a connection that somebody has built with somebody over like 3 to 4 weeks, it was hard. And then it showed that even when they went back in, when I was watching Indiyah and Dami at nighttime, that shit looked like some shit you see in like a romantic movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like that's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah. Did you not tell like your friends and family that you were going in, that you were applying? Like, what was the situ with you lot? Did you just get accepted and like, right, guys, I'm going in? Like, what was the deal?
I told my 2 best friends, and then to be fair, with Love Island, you don't really know you're going in till you're in.
What? What do you mean?
They kind of keep you on like a bit
toes.
of a leash before you go in there. Like, 'cause like I know some of the lads flew over like 4 weeks before they actually went in, and it was like you just got to keep you there, telling you they tell a lot of people. They told me, George, a few people that you're going to be a bombshell, and then a couple of weeks later they were like, you're actually going to be in Casa and more. So.
Oh, you have to just wait.
There's a lot of waiting, for sure.
For me, my whole process was like almost 3 months. Like, they were like, you might be going in, you might not be going in, you might be going in. So like, I didn't plan anything. I was like, I don't want to be pre-prepared just to not end up going on the show.
Yeah.
So then, they called me. I think in the week span, it was like on a Thursday. They called me like, all right, we want to put you in. And I was like, oh great. They said next week. So I was like, all right, I'll prepare some clothes, get some clothes and stuff for it. And I was getting clothes ready for like Monday, and I was gonna get a haircut on the weekend. But then they called me on Saturday and was like, we want to fly you out today. And I was like, eh? I had no trim, I had no swimming shorts, I had practically nothing. And when they call you, like, we want to fly you out today, I can't say no. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. They flew me out straight away. They had to sort me out a barber in Spain to get my haircut, and they had to sort me out a bunch of stuff. But like, in my scenario, I really didn't know whether I was going in till I was actually there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, like, Jack, did you tell like your family, your dad before you were going in? What was the conversation?
When I applied, I told loads of people, like, just for the crack, like, because I didn't think I'd actually get it. Like, I just applied. Me and my sister had a few drinks one night. We were like, why not? Let's apply.
Yeah.
And applied. And then once I did get it, I did tell my dad, my mum, couple mates, 1 or 2 mates, and then a few people. One lad on my rugby team as well that I told that I had to keep it under wraps. But it's hard to keep something like that. Like, you want to tell everybody it's such a big show. Like, it's a pretty life-changing thing to get. So it was hard to definitely keep it under wraps for sure.
Wow. And like, obviously, look, your dad's already in showbiz. Did he give you any showbiz tips?
He did. He
like,
gave me plenty. Like, it kind of, like, some of our dinners turned into like marketing meetings. It was like literally do this, do that, make sure you don't say this, stuff like that. No, it was good. It was great though. I'm glad to have somebody like that who was able to just put me down the right path and hoping to not make too much of a fool of myself when I was in there.
Oh, when you came out, what was the conversation? It was like, lad, you did well, lad, you did your best.
The first phone call I got was, he was like, I'm so proud of you, you did amazing. But he was like, you did say that, I was retired. And then I'm touring at the same time. And I was like, he said he almost fell off his chair when he heard that. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. So bad.
No way, that is jokes. But like, back to the show, who do you lot think in general now could possibly win? Now, I've already said that I think Gemma and Luca, could be...
I thought that before the show, but now I think Davide and Ekin-Su are going to win it, I think so. 100%.
Well, look, you've got the intel. What do you mean? Why have you changed your mind?
I don't know. I just thought, like... I've seen Davide, Ekin, they've had their ups, they've had their downs, they've had like that kind of relationship, and I just think Ekin seems like she's pretty she's pretty interested in Davide. I'm not sure how Davide is with her, obviously, because we met a lot more of Ekin while we were in the villa.
Yeah.
But I just think they're just my favorite couple right now. I think for sure.
Wow.
I think the same. I feel like, especially with the public as well, I think the public like Ekin-Su more than they like Luca.
Do you know what? Like,
Yeah, true.
I was saying this earlier in the episode today. Like, I'm here for Davide and Ekin-Su. However, I just don't feel like they're last in the outside world. I feel like they're both like big characters. I think they're great to watch, and I'm sure that they're attracted to each other. But in the outside world, would it last? Like, I feel like there's too much ego involved. There's too much pride at times.
Maybe.
But you can see they like each other. But it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. They're both a lot.
Do you think Luca and Gemma would work on the outside
Yeah.
world?
Think so?
Yeah. I think Gemma's from what I've seen, a very relaxed girl, and Luca really, really likes her. That's the perfect gel.
Yeah.
I could disagree with you, but I think that's the perfect, match.
I don't know. I would not be surprised if Gemma's head gets turned in there in the next couple of weeks. So I wouldn't be shocked. I feel like between Billy and Adam, the new guy, in there, I've some sort of feeling. I think Luca just being too hands-on with her is just going to turn her away at some stage. I think.
Because she did point it out, to be fair. She went to the beach hut once and said that she'd like a situation where her boyfriend, with a boyfriend where she can speak to other people and not have him be bothered about it. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of said to me that she's noticed his insecurities.
Interesting.
And it's like, you never want your girlfriend to be noticing that type of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
wow,
it's like one of those things. Once an insecurity is spotted in a partner, they'll keep tabs of it every time it comes up now, and that's when it becomes a problem. Do you know what I mean?
True. What do you lot think about Jax leaving?
Do you know what? I think he did the right thing to leave, because if he stayed in, he wasn't doing himself any favors staying in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even trying to disrespect him in any way, shape, or form, but I feel like he's less mature than Gemma. Do you know what I mean? It could be with his ADHD stuff that his family released. We don't know, but it seems like he just didn't know how to act in a lot of different ways in different scenarios. And if he stayed in there for any longer, whilst Adam was there, who's an actual threat, it might have gone worse for him.
Ooh,
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
It's a tough decision, man. You got to respect him for taking himself out, because obviously you could tell he wasn't really himself the last couple of weeks. The way he snapped at Billy last night on the sunbed.
I
and
saw
stuff like
that.
Yeah.
I felt quite sorry for him, actually.
Yeah, I felt bad for him as well.
same,
And I
I felt
wouldn't
bad
have handled it very well if I was Billy. If someone told me to fuck off like that, I would have been like, hold on.
He was very composed, though.
I was like,
respect that.
I
Yeah.
gave props to Billy. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, if
Big
that was
time.
me, I'd be like, who the fuck you talking
I
about?
know, literally, yeah. But I just felt, you got to feel for him. It's a hard position, and you never know what someone's going through on their own head when they're in a show like that.
I hope he's
Yeah,
okay,
tough.
mentally.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
And who do we think is the biggest game player in the Villa at the moment? They're playing their game of chess. They're making the right moves to get to the end.
Yeah. It's a tough question. I don't want to offend anybody in there.
Do you know what? There's no shade thrown. Ekin-Su.
Why
I think
is that?
she's
And
it's
you've been in her presence,
Yeah,
so
it's
you've
different.
seen.
It's different when you're watching it from outside.
Explain what have
'Cause
you seen in there?
When I was watching it from outside, I thought that this girl is toxic. Do you know what I mean? Because she was not just a bombshell; she was a nuclear bomb. When she came in, she was moving crazy, and I thought she wasn't really self-aware of what she's doing. But you get in there and you realize this girl knows exactly what she's doing.
Big time. Yeah, she knows.
You
exactly
In
realise
what way? Explain.
She knows what to say to get the cameras on her. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but that she's so calculated in everything she does. I feel like the only time I've seen Ekin-Su not be in control of a situation was when she was talking to Adam. Do you know what I mean? Because she does this thing. If you watch the show, if you notice, she has her eye contact with people when she looks at them. It's like for most people they feel pressure, and she's intimidating.
Yeah.
So she knows how to. I mean, she's a powerful woman. She's a smart woman.
Yeah.
She's very smart. I actually respect her. But I genuinely believe she knows exactly what she's doing. Because at random moments, she'll say something that will cause drama, or she'll say something that the producers are going to put into the show.
Do you feel like her previous experience in showbiz as an actress has contributed to the way she's been moving in the Villa?
Sure.
Definitely.
She knows how it works. She knows how to play
Yeah.
the game and exactly
I
what,
mean, I
what people want
respect
to see
her.
on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
respect her.
respect her
I
as well,
respect
big
her
time.
highly because she's bombshelly. She knows what she's doing. And to be fair, I hope her and Davide do work out.
Yeah.
But she knows what she did. She's a very smart person.
Yeah, she's funny as hell as well. My God, she'd be cracking jokes non-stop, and we had our little her singing her Ronan Keating song non-stop. Life is a roller coaster.
Brilliant.
We had a little running joke like that as well. Which was funny.
So very, very quickly, Jasmine, you and Jasmine on the After Sun so far, I feel like everyone saw that chemistry.
I think I put a bit of gas in the fire as well. My
Literally.
Instagram post the other night. Which,
Exactly.
We'll see. She's a lovely girl.
Are you getting to know her?
Well, we had a night out on Sunday, and I don't know, we'll probably get some. We're all thinking about doing some content together soon, so we'll probably link up. I think she lives in Newcastle, so it's a bit far away from here, but we'll see. We'll see.
Would you like to get to know her in that way?
I don't know. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Keeping my options open right now.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you. It's been fun. Big time.